How's it going, everyone? Got quite a bit of stuff to talk about today. Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection has gotten its release date. We'll talk about that. I don't know if this is something everybody should be very happy about, having to pay for games from 2016 to get them upgraded on PS5. Like, it was one thing with Ghost of Tsushima, but yeah, I don't really know how to feel about this, but we'll talk about it. And Horizon Forbidden West developer blog has dropped as well. That dropped yesterday, so we'll get a little bit of a catch-up on that. But first of all, Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection launches January 28, 2022 for PS5. Now, we already know this was coming, and we knew that it was going to be a pricey title, a collection dropping. Well, it's going to be $50 standalone. They are going to have upgrades options, and we're going to talk about everything. So, first of all, my feeling on the $50 price tag is that's already a little bit too high. Uncharted 4 can be found for like $10. Same with Uncharted Lost Legacy. Those games can each be found for $10. So $50 for this collection, again, I think is just absolutely wild. Like, that's way too expensive. At most, a standalone release of this, if you did want to do it, it should be like $30 at most, in my opinion. And then when you talk about the upgrades, I think the upgrades themselves, if you already own Uncharted 4 and Lost Legacy, man, you should just get that for free. We've already bought these games for $60. Uncharted Lost Legacy was $40, and a lot of other publishers are doing free upgrades, man. Like, there are very few publishers that are actually doing the $10 upgrade gimmick. I know they're definitely out there, but Sony doing it with games from 2016 and 2017, not gonna be something I defend. I'm sorry, I can't really defend it. Look, I didn't really defend it with Ghost of Tsushima. I thought a PS5 upgrade should have been free from the get-go, but at least with Ghost of Tsushima, you can make the argument, hey, that's a game from 2020, like, you know, it's still a recent release, and you got the Iki Island expansion coming out, so all that coupled together, that's not going to get as backlash from me as this one. This one, I think, is like a little bit egregious. But first of all, let's look at the graphics modes and the graphics updates. And let me preface this by saying, I loved Uncharted 4. I thought, in my opinion, it's one of the most underrated PlayStation 4 exclusives. Like, when you talk about PS4 games and exclusives, you hear God of War, you hear Spider-Man, Horizon, but you don't really hear a lot of people bring up Uncharted 4, and I don't really know why. I thought it was a tremendous game. Nevertheless, the graphics options, fidelity mode. For those of you who have a 4K display and want super sharp resolution above all else to enjoy stunning environments and details the Uncharted series is known for, select fidelity mode and play in native 4K resolution with a 30 frames per second target frame rate. Then you've got performance mode. We carried over the high frame rate PlayStation 4 patch with performance mode, which targets a 60 frames per second frame rate. And then you got Performance Plus. I actually do like that they have this in here as well. If you're all about the smoothest gameplay possible and don't mind a resolution drop, try out our first ever Performance Plus mode, which targets 120 frames per second, requires a compatible 120Hz display at a 1080p resolution. Now, pricing and upgrades, Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection will obviously be $49.99. Pre-orders are live right now, and then players who purchase Uncharted 4: Thieves End, Uncharted Lost Legacy, or Uncharted 4: Thieves End and Uncharted The Lost Legacy digital bundle have the option to pay $10 to upgrade to Uncharted Legacy of Thieves digital version. This is the same thing they're doing with all the games, so if you have the disc, you pop it in, $10 to upgrade it, and you're good to go that way. If you have the digital console, of course, and you have the disc on PlayStation 4, there's no way to upgrade. You'd have to buy the Legacy of Thieves collection outright. PlayStation Plus members who claimed Uncharted 4: Thieves End via their PlayStation Plus subscription are not eligible for the $10 digital PlayStation 5 upgrade. So same case as it was with the Final Fantasy VII Remake, although with the FF7 Remake, it was just a straight upgrade. Like, if you had FF7 Remake on PS4, it would be upgraded automatically for PlayStation 5. But in this case, the PlayStation Plus subscription, you're not even eligible to pay the $10 to get the upgrade. You just have to buy the collection outright with there as well. I don't remember when the game was free on PS Plus, but it definitely was at some point. Multiplayer also will not be included in Uncharted 4, Thieves End, and Uncharted The Lost Legacy in this new collection. So they're actually taking out a component of the game. I thought Uncharted 4's multiplayer was okay, but yeah, I don't think people are going to be that upset over that, but it's still content being taken out. So yeah, $49.99, I think that's a little bit too pricey. Again, I would have liked to see a $30 price tag, and even if you wanted to make it a digital-only release, like, I really do like the box art, I'll say that, but Yeah, $50. Little bit too expensive for my liking. Hopefully it does go on sale quickly, and if you've never played Uncharted 4 or Lost Legacy, when it does go on sale, go ahead and play it. But I just would not be dropping $50 at this stage of a game, at this stage of the game for games this old. Like, I just don't think that's worth it, and that's coming from someone that thinks Uncharted 4 is literally like a 9.5 out of 10 type of game. I loved Uncharted 4. I thought it was fantastic. I loved the story, loved the inclusion of Sam as well. Maybe you think the plot twists were a little bit wacky, but I still loved Uncharted 4. And Lost Legacy was pretty good in its own right. Alright, moving on from that, Horizon Forbidden West developer blog, Combat and Enemy. So, really liking what the PlayStation blog is doing. It seems like the PlayStation blog has stealthily been the place to go if you want Horizon Forbidden West information, because they've been super consistent with consistently dropping info drops over there. So, go check it out. Once again, I'll leave a link to the full blog in the description box below, but there's a lot of information that is there specifically tied to the combat, noting its combat evolved. For the team at Guerrilla, one of the goals for Horizon Forbidden West was to significantly evolve the combat design from Horizon Zero Dawn and to continue to build on the principles of players' freedom and choice during encounters in the open world. I think player freedom is being expanded upon greatly in Horizon Forbidden West. That's something I talked about previously, but it really does seem like they're trying to add quite a bit of depth to the gameplay. And I already thought the gameplay was relatively strong. Noting Aloy is a smart and agile combatant. In Horizon Forbidden West, the tools at her disposal generate a wide array of tactics that allow her to engage with physically stronger opponents, from fully armored humans to very large machines. Our changes to combat design stayed true to Aloy's identity. First, we wanted to add additional depth to the gameplay and increase the skill cap for players through skills like melee combos and Valor Surges. Players who spend more time perfecting their combat skills will find some efficient and stylish ways to dispose of their enemies. Second, we wanted to cater a variety of playstyles and really focus on freedom of choice through new weapons and outfits which can be upgraded at a workbench. Players can adapt their tactics. Finally, we wanted to design challenging enemies that encourage players to use all their abilities and skills. A whole new set of machines as well as advanced human enemies will keep players on their toes throughout the game. It was important to us that players feel like Aloy has grown in her skills and confidence coming from her adventures in Horizon Zero Dawn and the Frozen Wilds. The AI team has also played a big role in improving the combat system, especially when it comes to increasing the challenge level. We wanted enemies to feel more authentic by improving fluidity and continuity of motion, like making enemies and companions more capable of traversing rugged terrain. The AI in Horizon Zero Dawn already supported some dynamic terrain changes, but we wanted to take this further by adding jumping and climbing as a systemic part of their behavior. As you are playing this game, the AI will be searching for opportunities to take shortcuts where it previously was a cumbersome detour. A lot more information is on the PlayStation blog, so I highly recommend giving that a read. If you have any interest in this game, you're probably going to get a lot of insight out of that blog. And if you have not been following it, look through all the other blog posts. The PlayStation blog is pretty well laid out, but there is an absurd amount of information on this game as far as enemies to deal with, and a lot of the gameplay improvements that are being made as well to the gameplay in terms of combat, as well as exploration and some of the options that you're going to have at your disposal. So yeah, I'm probably going to do a full video at some point. We're probably going to do a full video at some point covering some of the information regarding this game, because there is a lot out there. So maybe we can bring something a little bit more, you know, packaged well in a video in the near future. But that's going to do it for me. Again, let me know your thoughts on Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection. Let me know if you think I'm out to launch, if I'm completely wrong about the situation, but you know, it's one thing when Ghost of Tsushima is getting a $10 upgrade, and even then I thought that was a bit much. But we're talking games from 2016, man, and a $50 price tag for that collection I just think is absolutely insanity. But let me know what you guys think in Horizon Forbidden West. A lot of information coming out on that game. But that's going to do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.